Making headlines this afternoon, why President Joe Biden ordered airstrikes on Syria early this morning. And we're learning why an attorney for former President Donald Trump volunteered to testify before a grand jury after classified documents were found in Mar-a-Lago. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Hay. Thanks for joining us. A snow alert day begins later tonight. How much will fall? It depends where you live. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at our first warn forecast. Greg?
That's about exactly right, because this could be really a sharp cutoff between who gets it and who doesn't. Right now, 1 to 6 inches really southeast of Dane County for that alert for tonight. Really late tonight after midnight through Saturday morning, mainly southeast of the Wisconsin River. You go further northwest of that, it'll drop off significantly to really about nothing. That shows you in the snow accumulation. There could be a narrow little area just southwest of Milwaukee all the way down to east of Dubuque, which could pick up 6+ inches. Once again, this is on accumulated snow on grassy surfaces. Doesn't really mean how much snow we'll actually get on road surfaces, which will probably be less, although we'll probably see some slushy or wet cover roads during the heaviest portion of this snow. Therefore, we have a winter weather advisory in effect 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. for those counties listed in purple. Once again, you go further northwest, you'll probably still get some snow northwest of Madison. It just won't accumulate much, or at least on roads won't be an issue. But definitely by Saturday afternoon, we should see temperatures then improve. In the meantime, we're going to have a dry day and dry evening. Temperatures get up to about 47, and they'll drop off to about 35, 10 p.m. tonight with increasing clouds. So a pretty typical end of the March day. No issues for the Friday evening commute, and really, like I said, not until after midnight will we get the snow. So later on, we'll time out that snow, what those road conditions look like for Saturday morning, and can we get out of this wet period and eventually get to a dry extended period? I'll let you know.
That would be nice, Greg.
It would be nice.
All right, Greg, check back. Stay up to date on the weather in our First Warn Weather Forecast app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, school closings, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. New in noon, Dane County officials are searching for a suspect after a woman was sexually assaulted while walking on the Oregon Rotary Bike Trail. Sheriff's deputies were called to the trail near County Highway D just after 5 last night. The woman said she was walking when a man tackled her to the ground and sexually assaulted her. She was able to fight off the man and run to a nearby home where she was taken to the hospital. Officials say the man ran into a parking lot and left the area in a vehicle he's described as a thin white man, about 5'10", short dark hair and a short scruffy beard. He was wearing jeans and a neon yellow hooded sweatshirt. Anyone with information is urged to call the Dane County Sheriff's Office at 608-284-6900. Also new, 6 people are now facing charges for allegedly shipping more than 5 kilograms of fentanyl from Arizona to the Madison area. The 6 were arrested Monday and faced drug trafficking charges, accused of using the U.S. Postal Service to transport drugs. 6 firearms, including one modified to be fully automatic, were also seized during the arrest. Officials say warrants have also been issued for 2 other people in connection with the case. We're learning an attorney for former President Donald Trump volunteered to testify before a grand jury investigating classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. Timothy Parlatore said that he testified for several hours last December about additional searches for classified documents at Trump properties. He said he chose to do so in order to explain how the Trump team complied with the subpoena and how there was no obstruction. It comes after the Justice Department unsuccessfully sought to hold Trump in contempt for failing to hand over all classified documents after receiving a subpoena in May of 2022. A series of attacks on American forces in Syria is causing tension in the region, but could also cause tensions between the U.S. and Iran. Nicole Skega reports from the White House.
President Biden took time during his trip to Canada to order an airstrike on terrorist groups in Syria. These images are believed to be the aftermath of the U.S. strike in eastern Syria, which reportedly targeted a warehouse, munitions factory, and intelligence site. The move was in retaliation for a drone strike Thursday that killed a U.S. contractor and wounded 5 American service members.
The president took a very swift action, as you saw last night, to retaliate against that strike, and we also hit a facility not far away that we know is being operated by the IRGC, the Quds Force in Iran.
U.S. officials confirm there was a second attack on a U.S. base Friday, this time in eastern Syria, not far from the Iraqi border. They say the attack involved lots of rockets, but there were no American casualties. American officials say the Syrian groups that carried out the attack were affiliated with Iran's Revolutionary Guard, and the drone used in the attack was made in Iran.
We certainly don't seek a war or a conflict with Iran. That's not the goal. We're there to go after ISIS, but we have to do what we have to do to protect our people and our facilities, and that's the decision-making that the president made last night.
The U.S. Central Command, which oversees military operations in the area, said, "We are postured for scalable options in the face of any additional Iranian attacks." Syria remains locked in a civil war which has been going on for the last 12 years. Iran is one of the few countries supporting the Syrian government. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, the White House.
Russia is Syria's biggest ally. Syria's president just wrapped up a trip to Moscow last week, where he met with Russian President Vladimir Putin. A Minnesota nuclear power plant near Minneapolis has been shut down in order to repair a leak containing a radioactive compound. Xcel Energy says the leak is confined to the facility and doesn't pose a risk to the public nor the environment. The groundwater is still being monitored because of its proximity to the Mississippi River. 4 months ago, about 400,000 gallons of water were released in a similar leak. A quick programming note about our evening newscast as the NCAA tournament continues. Tonight, CBS will be airing coverage of the games. That means News 3 Now at 6 will air at 5:30, preempting the CBS Evening News. News 3 Now at 10 will air right after the late game around 11 o'clock. As always, if you miss any of our newscasts, you can watch archived versions on channel3000.com. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. More troubles for Hyundai and Kia. And TikTok CEO defends the social media app on Capitol Hill. That's next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Celebrate Ashley's anniversary with our lowest mattress prices of the season. Get your best night's sleep on Purple, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, and more. All backed by our 30-day price guarantee and special financing options that fit your budget at Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer, Ashley.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Menards has the flooring options to make your house feel like your home. Whether you're looking for that elegant, timeless look, a bold and contemporary style, or a sense of comfort. With thousands of options to choose from, we've got you covered. Update your home with new flooring from Tarkett. Choose from our great selection of waterproof vinyl plank, easy to install sheet vinyl, and durable laminate flooring. This laminate flooring is only $159 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Get the absolute best pricing now during Ashley's anniversary event. We've marked down everything to match online prices, all backed by our 30-day price guarantee. Get your choice of 6 months interest-free financing or low monthly payment options and free local delivery only at Ashley.
TikTok CEO Shouzi Chu defended the social media app before a House committee for more than 5 hours yesterday. In his testimony, Chu boasted that the app has more than 150 million users in the U.S. Lawmakers from both parties pushed the CEO on privacy concerns and whether the app's Chinese parent company could be compelled to share user data with the Chinese government. Chu told lawmakers that American user data is stored on American soil. Hyundai and Kia are recalling more than 500,000 vehicles in the U.S. and urging owners to park them outside because of a fire risk. The recall impacts late-model Hyundai Santa Fe SUVs, including hybrids, the Santa Cruz pickup, and Kia's Carnival minivan. The vehicle's electric tow hitch harnesses can catch fire if water gets into them. And it's not exactly undercover boss, but Starbucks' new CEO, Lakshman Narasimhan, says he will take half-day shifts working the counter once a month in one of the company's stores. His goal is to stay close to the company's culture and its customers. The 55-year-old took the reins from longtime former CEO Howard Schultz earlier this week. It all comes as almost 300 of the company's 9,000 stores have voted to unionize in the past 2 years. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrial is down 28 points, the NASDAQ off 59, the S&P 500 down 15. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices, and we'll check in with Greg for more on that snowy alert day. And then today on Live at 4, we go center stage for Madison Edgewood High School's production of Les Miserables. That's coming up at 4.
It's Stop the Madness month. If your energy bills are too high, stop the madness. If your comfort is out of balance and you go straight from heat to AC, stop the madness. If you've had it with outside noise, stop the madness. Get insulated now and save up to $2,000 with the energy tax credit plus our madness discount. But the clock runs out at the end of the month, so call today.
USA Insulation.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. Now, we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
On abortion rights, do you want extremist Dan Kelly holding the gavel? Kelly wants abortion banned even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. He'll uphold the 1849 criminal abortion law that allows doctors and nurses to be jailed for performing abortions. And he'll strip women of their freedom to make their own decision on abortion. So don't give Dan Kelly a gavel with your vote. He's just too extreme.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I love Tamar Braxton's take on things. They ask you out, but they're younger than you.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with a little junior man.
Then an iconic moment with the Isley Brothers.
Are you ready?
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
The candidates for Madison mayor face off. News 3 Now, channel3000.com, and the Cap Times present a debate between Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and challenger Gloria Reyes.
Watch live streaming Monday at 7 p.m. Replayed Tuesday at 4 on News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yaki from the Midwest Farm Report and more pictures from Iceland.
Yeah, we're going to wrap them up today, and I think I want to start, hopefully we're going to start with one that many people might have witnessed or viewed in Wisconsin, Northern Lights. I saw on social media last night that a bunch of people were talking about being able to see the Northern Lights here in Wisconsin. That's really rare. Iceland, they get to see the Northern Lights because obviously they're quite a bit farther north. That's the parking lot of our hotel where the group was staying. A lot of the color you can't necessarily see with your naked eye, but boy, your cell phones can sure snap some beautiful pictures. We had 2 nights while we were traveling in Iceland that were rated 5 on their scale as far as visibility of the Northern Lights, meaning we had beautiful views at both locations that we were staying at. Just had to get a little farther away from town. Like I said, very, very impressive. That's also impressive. That's a 12-year-old stallion right there. That's an Icelandic horse. Now, in Iceland, they protect their genetics. They do not have any other breed of horse on the island. The horse is known for its ability to weather the elements. It's really aims to please. It's got a great personality. The fella on his back is holding a glass of beer. The Icelandic horse has 5 gaits, including what they call the tuft and also the pace. 5 different ways that they deliver their rider, and his point with that beer was he wasn't spilling a drop. The ride was so smooth. Like I said, you take a little closer look at these horses, and you'll see how they are really sturdy. A lot of people probably would say they're more pony-like because they're kind of small, but when I was talking to the owner of the stable, he said, as an industry, they're working to try to breed the horse to be just a little bit bigger. But like I said, the thick hair coat, there's some pictures, I'm sure, of the horse's ears. My goodness, it's like they got built-in earmuffs to try to protect them from the elements. And again, these horses, most of them are outside from springtime until fall, unless they're needed for work or for riding. They do compete, but like I said, they're very protective of the breed. They do not allow, let's say that they want to compete in a world event. The horses that leave the island never come back. It's kind of a hard blow for the people that work so much on training them, but that is the way that Iceland is protecting their biosecurity. Any Icelandic horse that leaves the island can never come back. Just a great tour. And again, like I said, I've got more pictures at Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. One last shot. Here's the group that traveled along with me. If you want to get a closer look at who all the people are in that audience, like I said, Fabulous Farm Babe. We had a wonderful group. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk a little bit about the markets today. Now, remember, a week from today, we are going to get USDA's prospective plantings report. Although the weather that they're talking about is not going to allow us to even think about getting close to the fields, there are farmers farther south that are going to be starting to make decisions on what they're going to put in the ground. So that's coming up next week. Today, the markets on the midday are actually very robust. Soybeans and wheat leading the way, double-digit gains so far on the midday. We'll just see if they're going to be able to hang on to it. That's the next question. Dairy is also doing very well today. Barrel cheese in Chicago up another 1/4 cent to $1.96 1/4. 40-pound block cheese, big gain, 4.5 to $2.10. Double A butter, though, down 1/4 cent, $2.34.5 per pound. I talked to a dairy broker yesterday morning, and he said, don't look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to either these corn or soybean prices or these dairy prices. He thinks it's a bubble that could likely go away pretty quickly. So risk management, the name of the game. But like I said, it was funny to see that so many people in Wisconsin got to see the Northern Lights. Here we were halfway around the world, and we saw them too.
Yeah, they're pretty common up there, I would assume.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right. Great pictures. Thanks for sharing.
You bet. Have a good weekend.
You too. An alert day for more snow in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Here's Greg with the latest.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got more snow coming once again. It's a March snow, but it's going to be impacting areas from late tonight through Saturday morning. Snowfall 1 to 6 inches. The heaviest should be southeast of Dane County. If you go further northwest of the Wisconsin River, you may just see some light snow or nothing at all. So it's going to be a sharp gradient for who gets it and who really doesn't. As with March snow events, it's really going to depend. Really, the roads are going to be the really issue to speak of. But right now, looks like US 151 is a good split in the area. You get north of that, some light snow or flurries probably through Saturday morning. I think by afternoon, you won't see much of anything, even clearing skies. Wet or dry roads, depending on where if you get the snow or not. And then some accumulation on grassy surfaces. It'll come down light enough that it will accumulate there, just probably not heavy enough on most of the roads. Now, it's a different story if you go south of US 51, especially south of even Dane County. You have heaviest snow probably from about 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's when the accumulation rate should be the highest. That's the best chance probably to get slushy or snow-covered roads. You'll have a brief period of that, especially on side roads and less traveled roads. That'll be probably where it'll covered first. Once we get past that time, snow rate falls off and even the snow starts dwindling. So I think wet roads for most areas by Saturday afternoon. That's the positive news of March. We deal with roads in the daytime. It takes quite a bit to get to snow cover. So it's just a short period we've got to keep an eye on. Right now, the system that's developing is over in the panhandle of Oklahoma is actually bringing quite a bit of severe weather to the southern areas all the way up into Kentucky and Tennessee, something they're going to keep in mind of. This is going to begin to lift to the northeast. The track takes it about Saturday morning right near Chicago or just to the southeast, and then by Saturday evening, it's up into the northern eastern of Michigan. So it's close enough right now to give us that wraparound. It'll be on the cold side of the snow. The good news, like I said, it's March. So daytime helps to keep the snow from accumulating on roads. But that's the path it's going to be taken. Right now, it could change a little bit, but I think we're pretty confident, and it's going to stay just around the Chicago area. The low will as it comes through. In the meantime, today, we should have good conditions this afternoon. No problems for Friday evening commute. Temperatures get up to the upper 40s, near 50 this afternoon. Clouds start increasing later tonight. It won't be probably till after midnight you'll start seeing the snow start to spread to the north. We might see a little mixture in the beginning, but then here 7 a.m. is when I think the heaviest will start to accumulate, and you can see the darker blue areas south of US 151 as we go through 10, 11. Right at 11, you'll start seeing western areas begin to really break out of the snow. Even areas farther west of Richland County to the Mississippi River may not see even a flake of snow, just cloud cover and the northeast winds. After 11, every area should start to then dwindle with a few flurries, maybe in a few sprinkles in the afternoon. But then 4 p.m. you already can start seeing the clouds begin to break up out west. So areas out west might get up into the mid-40s by the afternoon time, where areas to the east will be struggling to get to 40 just because the cloud cover will linger and the snow will be continuing on for a while. Once we get Saturday night, everything kind of clears out, sets up a pretty nice Sunday morning with temperatures upper 20s, low 30s. Sunday will be kind of chilly. We'll still have that northeast-east wind going on, but still we'll see temperatures probably once again around the low 40s with maybe some more cloud cover coming in later on Sunday. So it's definitely the best day. Snowfall amounts kind of mentioned 6+ inches. Could be some isolated areas. This is on grassy areas. How much accumulates on roads will probably be less than this at times just because of the warmer road temperatures, and it's going to be during the daytime. But something to keep in mind of if you're out and about Saturday morning. Should be good by the Saturday afternoon with the alert day. Sunday, pretty similar conditions, just slightly cooler. We start off the week with a few showers maybe Monday. Dry, and then it gets unsettled once again as we get towards the middle of the week. Right now, this looks all rain. That could change, obviously, but we might be approaching 50 once again by the end of next week.
That's a quick storm tomorrow.
It's quick. It's March. The positive thing, this is not January, else it would be a little bit of a different story. But yes, it is fairly quick, so that's good.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, we're wrapping up our week of international food favorites with a dish that's off the charts good. So grab a fork and join us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sir Jenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable, Sir Jenian's.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me as we explore classic Italy, October 7th through the 15th. Discover Tuscany's charming countryside, Venice's grand waterways, and the magnificent art of Florence. We'll also spend time in the ancient city of Rome, visiting historical landmarks such as the Colosseum and the Sistine Chapel. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Nacho cheddar cheese sauce, crispy bacon, Canadian bacon? Now that is an expression.
Change the way you pizza.
There were severe health complications with my baby when I was pregnant. We made the decision to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Dan Kelly doesn't believe that women should even have that freedom. On the Supreme Court, Dan Kelly will uphold the criminal ban on abortion. Someone you love might struggle with a pregnancy like I did. And that's why we can't have an extremist like Dan Kelly on the Supreme Court.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint for certain.
What a week we've had sharing our international food favorites with you. Today, we're making a dish that I recently fell in love with. It's called buttered chicken. It's an Indian-inspired dish with a creamy sauce that's comfort at its best. Let me show you what's in it. With a name like buttered chicken, it only makes sense that we start by melting some butter in a skillet. To that, we add a chopped onion, and after a bit, we add some garlic and let it cook for a while. Then we melt more butter in a large pot. Now we add some tomato sauce, along with some heavy cream, turmeric, salt, ground red pepper, and a bit of something called garam masala. In case you're not familiar with garam masala, it's a spice blend that we can find in most grocery stores. After our sauce simmers for a bit, we'll add our onions and some chunked up chicken that we've roasted in the oven. Once all the flavors come together, serve this over some cooked rice and you're good to go. And after your first forkful, I have a pretty good feeling you're gonna be hooked. The recipe for our easy buttered chicken is online now, along with all of this week's international food favorites. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. I hope you've had as much fun as we did discovering new foods from around the world. Every one of them will have you saying, ooh, it's so good.
Here's Greg now. One final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we got that alert day once again for late tonight through tomorrow morning for the snow. Should begin after midnight, heaviest southeast of Dane County. If you're northwest of Wisconsin River, you won't see much of all or anything in some parts. Well, that impacts roads. Roads dry through tonight. They'll be probably then slushy snow covered Saturday morning and then become more wet as we get to Saturday afternoon.
All right. Keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.